Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to your daily edition of the Cricket Happening Show. On this Cricket Happening Show, as I am talking to you right now, I can give you a live cricket update on the final day. Yes, it is lunchtime right now, so at the right time, I'm giving you the cricket update as it's lunchtime right now at Christchurch, where England and New Zealand, and for New Zealand, this is the last day of cricket in the summer for them and internationally. And well, I can say that New Zealand have definitely taken the honours with the target for England being 382 runs to win on the final day to go and square the series against New Zealand. As you know, this is the two-test series. New Zealand right now, they have been hit hard. Yesterday they were 42 for no loss, but today they have lost 4 wickets pretty quickly. Especially it was a sensational start to the final day's proceedings here at Christchurch when Stuart Broad first bowled a loosener, which G. Travel would be really cursing that why did he play such a stroke. He tried to turn the ball onto the onside and he was a goner very quickly in the day. And after that, with the very next delivery, the New Zealand captain Kane Williamson was a victim as the ball rose. It was such a wonderful delivery which pitched and it rose, and Kane Williamson's, it took the took the edge of Kane Williamson's bat and settled in the gloves of Barstow, and he was out for a first ball blob. After that, so right now, as I'm talking to you, the live cricket update at lunch here is that New Zealand, who are chasing 382 to win the match, are 124 for 4 currently. In fact, they have their best bet right now in the middle, and 2 of those grafters of New Zealand cricket, BJ Watling and Tom Latham, and at least New Zealand can hope that these 2 players who can really go on session to session could probably eke out a draw for them as 4 wickets have gone. So that's a live cricket update. I'll come back to that and we'll have a revisit as to what happened yesterday, as to what England did. That will be done later. Other than that, as far as the match between Australia and South Africa is concerned, again, we are coming to the last day of this very, very controversial test series, which will be ending tomorrow on the final day. And Australia have sent a mammoth task to Australia. South Africa have set a mammoth task to Australia of 612 runs for victory. And the reason that South Africa did not declare before was mainly their pace bowlers were all nursing injuries. And that's the reason du Plessis decided to play on. And then finally, the Australians were given a target of 612. And they have already lost 3 wickets for 88 runs. And the feature being today the South African captain du Plessis, for the first time in the series, getting on to a century. Getting on to some real form there, which would be very refreshing. And as a captain, you would definitely like to lead from the front. So one knows what a feeling that would be for Faf du Plessis. And also du Plessis is scoring a century. This is his first century that he's scoring since October 2016. So it has been a long time coming. And finally, it has come. October 2017, I reckon, or 2016. I probably, my stats might be wrong. Well, so that is what the situation is. Australia still require 524 runs to win on the morrow on the final day with 7 wickets remaining. And it is a sort of a Herculean task. To me, I would rather say that South Africa would be taking this series 3-1, and I said they would be making history, as it was back in the year 1970 that a South African side beat Australia in South Africa, and that is definitely going to happen according to me, unless rain comes and prevents play. I think it's absolutely, the writing is on the wall. And as far as the second T20 was concerned between West Indies and Pakistan once again raised. This time they raised that. The other day they equaled their highest score, but today they made their highest ever score in T20 cricket against any opposition of 205 for 3. Once again, that man, Hussein Talat, who took the man of the match, was there to play a very good innings of 63, but Babar Azam was the man of the match with an unbeaten 97 to his credit. And well, West Indies definitely did much better. I would say they did much better, but again, it was not at all enough as West Indies were bowled out from 123. Again, Pakistan thumping West Indies by 82 runs. And already they have won the series with the final T20, which is coming up tomorrow at National Stadium in Karachi. So first, we are going to head towards the match between Australia and South Africa. And we will go to the live cricket update later. So first, looking at the South African innings. So South Africa resumed at their overnight score yesterday with Dean Elgar at the crease, at the other end du Plessis, and one knows Dean Elgar is someone who puts a big price on his wicket. He can grate and grate and grate, as I said, graft and graft and graft, and that's what he precisely did. It was an innings where he made 81 with 10 fours and 1 6, but du Plessis, as I said, was the man who definitely did something very good for him and for the team, as he came into some very good form with 120 with 18 fours and 2 sixes. Other than that, as I said, the reason that probably one would have wondered as to why du Plessis continued, and the reason was that their strike bowlers, Philander, Rabada and Morkel, were all nursing injuries, and that's the precise reason South Africa prolonged this innings to 344 for 6 declared, and finally the Aussies were set a total of 612 runs to win the match. Bavuma was not out on 35 with 4 boundaries. De Kock was out to Cummins for 4, and Philander was not out on 33 with 1 4 and 2 sixes. And finally, the declaration coming in from the South African captain at 344 for 6. Bowling, Patrick Cummins once again, after taking a 5-wicket bag in the first innings, once again impressed by bowling 18 overs, 5 maidens, 58 runs, and he picked up 4 wickets. So I had a 9-wicket bag in the match, and he was totally impressive. 2 for 116 for Nathan Lyon. As far as Australia were concerned, they were given a target of 612 runs, and one knows it is a mammoth task for them. And Matt Renshaw was the first wicket to go. Now this was very interesting. Moni Morkel was also injured, but still Moni Morkel was given an opportunity. Probably, as you know, Moni Morkel's this is his swan song test of his career, and Moni Morkel was the one who actually put the Aussies on the back foot right away when he first picked up the wicket of Matt Renshaw by claiming him LBW for 5. So that was wicket number 1, and then Keshav Maharaj took care of Usman Khwaja by getting him LBW, and then Joe Burns was along with Hanscom, and Joe Burns definitely played well for 42 with 5 fours and 1 6 before Morkel came for his second spell and picked up the wicket of Joe Burns for 42 to take 2 wickets for himself. And finally, when stumps were drawn for the day, the score read 88 for 3, and as I said, it's a mammoth task. 612. It is looking like light years for Australia here, with Hanscom getting some good batting practice there. He was not out on 23 with 4 boundaries. Sean Marsh was not out on 7, and as I said, this is something absolutely beyond Australia. I think only a miracle can do this for them. As I said, it's a long task. They're just 88 for 3, and as you know, it's a really arduous task. And tomorrow is the final day of this test series. Bowling, Morkel at 2 for 18, 1 for 45 for Keshav Maharaj. So those are the wickets. So that is as far as Australia and South Africa are concerned. So as I said, South Africa definitely going to make history tomorrow. As I said, after the year 1970, this would be a gap of literally 48 years. After 48 years, South Africa will savor this victory over the Aussies, as it last happened in the year 1970. So that just gives you an inkling as to what a proud moment that is going to be for the South Africans when they would have won the Test series 3-1 tomorrow against the Aussies. in a sort of a really, I would say, controversy marred series that has gone through, and also a fired up series, one could say. Well, now let's talk about the second T20 between West Indies and Pakistan. As I said, Pakistan today raised their highest ever total in T20 cricket of 205 for 3, which was set up by Babar Azam. Fakhar Zaman was claimed pretty quickly by Ryan Emrit, but Babar Azam, what a knock from him. It really was a wonderful knock. He blitzed 97 of just 58 deliveries, 13 fours and 1 6. Probably would have joined Ahmed Shahzad is the only T20 century in the Pakistan team, but unfortunately it was not to be, and Babar Azam was left high and dry, 97 not out. Hussain Talat once again impressed as to what he did in the previous match. As you would remember, he was the man of the match on his debut, and here once again played with the confidence that he is known for. 63 of 41 deliveries, which contained 8 fours and 1 6. And Asif Ali is a real talent. One knew what he did in the Pakistan Super League, and also the Pakistan coach has singled out him to be a really sort of a real talent with this guy. And this Asif Ali, well, he slammed 14 of just 8 deliveries, 1 4 and 1 6. Malik Osnara on 17 of 7, 2 fours, 1 6. And Pakistan scored 205 for 3. Always it was a wonderful score for Pakistan against the West Indies. Kimo Paul, 4 overs, none for 34. Ryan Emrit, 1 for 47 of 4. Samuel Badri, 3 overs, slashed for 26. Kesrick Williams bowled 4 overs, 1 for 43. O. Smith, 4 overs, 1 for 40. And Rahman Power bowled 1 over for 13. Now West Indies' turn came to actually chase this target of 205. They had to make 206 runs for victory. And Chadwick Walton was the only one who really lent into this Pakistani bowling by slamming 40 runs of just 29 deliveries with 5 fours and 2 sixes. He was the highest scorer as well in a paltry score of West Indies of 123. But I would say much better effort than what it was in the first match. Andrew Fletcher was out for 1. Samuels making 12 of 22, 1 4. Jason Mohammed making 15, just castled by Mohammad Amir, 18 2 fours. Dinesh Ramadan 21 of 20, 1 4 2 sixes. Roman Powell 3, Kimo Paul 17 of 10. Again, it was a procession. Ryan Emrit 1, Kesrick Williams 1, Smith 6 of 5 with 1 boundary, and Petrie was not on 2. So 123 all out in the 19.2 overs. Again, another big victory for the Pakistanis. As I said, they've already won the this particular series now 2-0. So it's a matter of just doing a clean sweep, and the final match will be played tomorrow. Again, the Pakistan bowling was looking sharp as ever. 4 overs, 1 for 19 from Mohammad Nawaz, the offie. Mohammad Amir, once again, 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 22. Hassan Ali, 4 overs, 1 for 33, a bit costly than the other bowlers. Shadab Khan, 4 overs, 2 for 23. Fahim Ashraf, 2 overs, 11. And Hussain Talat bowled 1.2 overs, no maiden, 12 runs and 2 wickets. And Babar Azam took away the man of the match award. Now we are going to go to the match between New Zealand and England. And as I said, right now it is lunchtime there, where New Zealand today were chasing 382 runs for victory, the target being 382. And right now, as I am looking at the card here, New Zealand are placed at 124 for 4. They have their best batsmen, according to me, the ones who can at least save New Zealand from a defeat, are these two batsmen at the crease, because BJ Watling and Tom Latham are someone who can really grind it to the best possible extent, and these are the two men on whom New Zealand will rely now to actually draw this match after losing 4 wickets in the first session today. And right now they still need another 258 runs with 6 wickets in hand. So let's have and also generally, if you look at it, England, as I said, they did well. They got those 2 wickets pretty quickly, and that was it. So let's talk about what happened in this match and talking about the proceedings that happened on the fourth day. And as you know, this is the final day of this particular England-New Zealand Test series, where New Zealand, are already 1-zip in this Test series. So England would definitely want to win it so that they can make things even. And this will also be a sort of a good end for them on the series. But yesterday, talking about what happened yesterday, Joe Root went on to make 54 with 4 boundaries. Mallon scored an impressive 53. It was his 7th Test 50, so he's really be showing a lot of consistency. 53 with 7 boundaries. Stokes was out for 12. Granholm was the one who was picking up the wickets yesterday with his medium pace. Jonathan Barrister made 36 with 5 boundaries. Brown was 12 out to Grandholm. Grandholm was the most successful bowler yesterday, picked up 4 wickets. Wood made 9. Leach was not on 14. And England applying the declaration at 352 for 9, thus setting New Zealand 382 runs for victory. Trent, as I said, 4 for 94. Grandholm did a good job. 26 overs, 2 minutes, 94 runs and 4 wickets. 2 for 51 for Wagner. 2 for 89, Trent Boult, and Tim Southee 1 for 65. So, and New Zealand, as I said, were given a target of 382, and they started off well. I mean, Tom Latham and G. Travel saw to it, even though there was a few misses, some catches were dropped, but Tom Latham and G. Travel saw them towards the close and cleared 42 runs out of that 382. So they were 42 for no loss, but today, as I said, things started happening in a real jiffy, I would say, because the very first ball of the morning, bowled by Stuart Broad, G. Travel trying to actually turn the ball on the onside, an absolute loosener, an innocuous delivery, one could say, and G. Travel tried to turn it on through the onside, and probably even Stoneman would have been absolutely surprised when the ball would have come to him. And it was a dolly of a catch for Stoneman. He was gone for 17 with 2 boundaries, and then the captain walked in, and the captain was out for a first ball duck as Broad got the ball to pitch in, and it rose from a length. It had some pace, it had some bounce. There was a lot into it that Broad had put in, and it actually grazed Williamson's edge of the bat and settled in Bairstow's gloves, and Kane Williamson was a goner for naught. And that really put a lot of pressure with the score reading 42 for 2. And then finally, it was Tom Latham along with Ross Taylor. But then Leach got his maiden Test wicket, and that was a proud moment for Jack Leach, as Jack Leach picked up a big important wicket, that of Ross Taylor, by getting him caught for 13 with 2 boundaries. And Henry Nicholls, after making 13, fell to Anderson to really put this New Zealand innings into a real spin at 91 for 4. But as I said, right now New Zealand would not be looking at victory here. They would probably be looking, they have Granholm and Southee. Probably it would be a matter of seeing as to how Tom Latham and BJ Watling, as I said, they are the best grinders, grinding batsmen, the batsmen who can grind it out towards the end. And these are the 2 batsmen who have to nurture this New Zealand innings. And probably New Zealand will probably look at it and see if New Zealand do not lose a single wicket towards tea time. Probably New Zealand might probably try to give it a chase after looking at the score as to how much to get. That is my gut feeling. And then Granholm, Tim Southee, depends on whether Williamson would like to go, if at all, after re-examining the situation after tea time as to what the score would be, whether Kane Williamson decides to have a defensive approach or he has an attacking approach. It would be interesting to see. But they still have not much batting to come. Granholm, who played well in the first innings, is yet to come. Tim Southee can swing his bat around, but Southee, Wagner and Boult can't be expected much. So probably New Zealand might be taking a risk over there. But again, it will be interesting to see what Williamson comes up with. Just before I end this daily cricket show of mine, news from the Indian Premier League. As you know, Stephen Smith is out of the IPL, and the man who is going to replace him is going to be the talented South African player, wicketkeeper batsman, who did very well against India, Henrik Klassen has been given an opportunity, and it has been a godsend opportunity, I would say, for Henrik Klassen, and I think he's some real talent from South Africa. And when I've seen what he brings to the table, as far as the Kolkata Knight Riders, and he will be playing for Rajasthan Royals, and Kolkata Knight Riders, Mitchell Stark is out due to injury, and he is going to be replaced by Tom Curran of England. So that's the news. So with this, it's about time for me to pull the curtain down on this daily cricket show of mine today.